Pizza Hut, they are teaming up with Irvine's to create a one-of-a-kind tasting wine. The red wine has hints of basil, oregano, garlic, and a tomato base. I don't know about that. Pizza Hut says it actually tastes more like a white wine when it's chilled, but according to the description on the bottle, it's supposed to taste like a pizza.
Tomato wine. You heard that right. Tomato wine is what we're trying here on this episode of Cowboy Som. I saw it and I had to buy it. I had to try it. I have tried many an odd wine or different wine. Growing up throughout the years in Wyoming, we had wine that everybody made. It was either rhubarb, it was pear, peach, you name it, they made wine out of it. However, I've never seen tomato wine. So the second I saw this, ordered a bottle, sent it over to myself so that I could do an episode. We're gonna try this wine together. I'm excited to give it a go. This wine is made in Kansas. I get a kick out of the name of the wine. It's Irvine's, just beyond paradise. I agree. I think Kansas is just beyond paradise. But anyway, this wine I found out about because of a joint venture they did with Pizza Hut. So they do a holiday box. I don't know if they've done it several years, but they did do it this holiday season. They sold out almost immediately, and you get an actual Pizza Hut bottle of wine with a couple Pizza Hut glasses of wine and glasses for the wine. So that is kind of an interesting thing, and obviously it's a good promotion because I end up buying a bottle of this wine. So I'm excited. You can make wine out of just about anything that you want. It just takes the right sugar levels, because of course it's sugar that works with the yeast that makes alcohol. And as you know, tomatoes can be sweet. They can get enough sugar. I have no idea what kind of tomatoes they're using for this, but they might be enhancing with sugar because the tomatoes might not have enough sweetness in them. I'm not sure. If they add sugar, that's actually called chaptalization. That actually means you add sugar to help foster that alcohol production, because that's what the yeast needs to create alcohol. A lot of fruit wines that you get actually are on the sweeter end, which actually sweet wines are becoming a little more popular across the US these days. I'm seeing a lot of people walk into wine rooms and ask for the sweet wine that they have. They've gone away in the US taste profile. Everybody's been pushing those dry wines. You know, you'll typically hear a customer walk in somewhere and say, hey, I like dry wines. And that's turned into a whole lot of sweet wines going away, which is why you don't see so many fruit wines. However, I will say, actually on the East Coast, you see a lot of blueberry wine. Very, very popular. It's done really well in some areas in the East Coast. They tell me they pair that with chocolate. I'm not as big a fan because I'm not a sweet wine fan, but I would highly recommend it. I did actually have some grapefruit wine a long time ago in Colorado. That was peach based because they're famous for their peaches in Palisade, Colorado. You can check out that episode on my video channels. The Book Cliff Winery out of Colorado is actually really good. Not fruit wine, actually vinifera grape wine, but you can check out the episode of Book Cliff. But anyway, so I've tried several different wines. Rhubarb is one of my favorites. I actually just like rhubarb pretty much anything. So rhubarb wine, if done right, comes off pretty nice. So let's go ahead and dive right into this tomato wine and see what we get. I'm gonna pour it. Oh, wow. Okay, well that's interesting. Didn't expect that right off the bat. That is like a buttery Chardonnay that you would see from like Sonoma or something. I did not expect that color. Of course, you're expecting probably a red wine from tomato, right? But this actually shows that, you know, most juice is actually clear. Even the juice of a red grape is actually clear. And so you can get clear juice from almost anything. The color actually comes from the skin and the seeds and other elements, and how long this clear liquid rests with those skins, etc., is why you get that color extraction of the red, and you end up with a red wine. So this must just go straight to a press, and they must just squeeze out tomato juice and make wine with it. I did not expect to see that. So let's take a look at it together here. Obviously quite yellow is the right color description there. I'm not seeing too much in regards to legs, so I'm actually thinking this might be a little lower on the alcohol side. Let's see if it says anything about that on here. And I don't see an alcohol level, interestingly enough. So maybe I'll Google it and add it to the screen notes for you.
We're bottling Pizza Hut wine, and this is a project that we started back in April this year working with Pizza Hut. And the whole process of tomato wine started about 13 years ago as a hobby.
But anyway, let's give it the nose a go. That is very interesting. That comes off like, I don't have a description point for it. Maybe like a cooked bark. It's got a very uniqueness to it, kind of a little mushroomy. It's a very not fruity. It's a very much more herbaceous forest floor. It's just different. It doesn't come off fruity at all. Let's give this a taste. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. It actually tastes like tomato leaf. That's what it is. It's tomato leaf. That's what it smells like too. So kind of a browned tomato leaf, like one that's dying on the vine. I am not a huge fan of this wine. I'm glad I got to try it. Always like to try new things. Always recommend that. It's not for me, but I will tell you, if you were gonna pair something with this, I think Pizza Hut might have it right. I would probably go with a mushroom white pizza, a little muskiness to go with the muskiness in this wine, and you might have a decent pairing. I'm not sure I'll ever try it again, but if I do, I'll do it with a mushroom pizza. Now, I need to be fair to Irvine's after trying this wine. They actually make grape wine. So I want to make sure you know and understand that Irvine's does make grape wine. So I don't know how much of a novelty this is even for Irvine's in Kansas, but hey, it probably gets a whole lot of people to buy a bottle of wine and give it a try like it did for me. I'm gonna say so long from now from the tomato episode. Remember, you saw it here on the Cowboy Psalm first. Give it a go if you want, but do so with caution. Make sure you get on Vine Gypsy. It's a free app, and I'll actually will rate this wine at the Irvine Winery in Lawrence, Kansas. So you'll be able to see my ratings for the wine. I believe they're going to be a road stop for me on the wine trail itself when we go to Kansas. So make sure you look for that future episode. Subscribe right here to the channel. That helps us keep going and try all these unique wines. I'm gonna say so long for now. In the meantime, check out all my episodes of the different states we're traveling to. You know we're going to all 50 states. We're gonna see what each state is pouring for us. I hope I get to see you somewhere on the wine trail. Until then, so long.